Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name's Debbie if we've not met before. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a chatty get ready with me and just using some products that I've just not given enough love to in my collection, or some products that I do use all the time but that I don't use on camera. So just wanted to shop my stash a little bit, show you that it's not all about buying everything new all the time, and I do get that vibe in my comments that you guys feel the same, that you know we're all at sort of makeup fatigue at this point and there's so many new things coming out and we just can't keep buying everything. So you know, some of these products that I'm going to be showing you today, shockingly I've used maybe once or twice, and I've spent a lot of money on these things, so I want to get the use out of them and I will inspire you to do the same as well. So I'm going to try and do a bit more throwbacks to older products, but maybe in a chatty get ready with me style, because if I call them a throwback then nobody watches, and I'm getting the feedback that you guys want to see throwbacks, you know, to older palettes, but I think the chatty get ready with me style seems to work better. I enjoy doing it more that way, and I just feel a lot more relaxed if I'm kind of just doing it in a relaxed style with you guys, and they're the sort of videos I like to watch, so hopefully you will enjoy it done this way. Also, before I start, I just want to say thank you for all the feedback on my goals for 2020 video. And you were just so kind. I've got the nicest subscribers, honestly, so thank you for all your support, and any criticism or constructive of course, but you know, that you can give me always helps me out. You know, don't ever think that I'll be offended if you put it in a constructive way. I want to know what I can do to improve my channel. So I know that you guys aren't so bothered about the technical side of it now, you've told me that, but to me it's important to get right. So I'm going to be playing with the settings a little bit for the next few videos to try and achieve the look that I want to achieve with the videos. But it's so heartwarming to know that you're enjoying the things that I'm putting out, and that, you know, that my channel's just meaning something to you guys and it's like bringing something to you. So yeah, thank you so much for your feedback on that one. Today's one's going to be, as I say, a little bit chatty, but maybe just, you know, more to just show you some of the products that I haven't used in some time. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer because I know that's another thing that people would like me to do. This is why I can't do it, is because I can't always get everything in focus, but we're going to have a go and see how that pans out in this video. So I'm just going to bring you in closer now, and we're going to start putting this makeup on my face. So for the first product that I'm going to use, I've already done my base makeup, which I've used the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation, which is discontinued now, but I really love that foundation. My shade is 2.5 if you're curious, and I don't know if the new Naked Skin that they've brought out recently has a similar colour range. I need to investigate that one. I don't buy very many base products. I'm an eyeshadow and lipstick addict, so I need to get on that because I'm nearly out of foundation. So any recommendations you can give me there for kind of medium coverage, luminous kind of foundation that I might enjoy, please let me know. But yeah, that's what I've done there. I've used the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer just a little bit under my eyes to cover my dark circles. Seem to have a few of those this week. I've been a bit tired this week actually. And I've done my brows using the Linda Hallberg Infinity palette, the original one of those, the shade Cigar, which I love brow powder these days, just find it so much easier. And I've used the Too Faced Ethereal setting powder in translucent, which is my favourite powder right now. So I don't really change what I'm doing with my base makeup very much, and I thought it's quite boring to watch applied, I think. So I've done those steps first, and then I'm going to move into contour and blush and highlight and eyeshadow, all the more interesting bits in this video now. So first product I'm going in with is this one, which is the Contour Book 1 by Lunatick Cosmetics Labs. One of the absolute favourite products that I own in my collection, and if I don't list in the products down below what I'm using, it's generally this, because it has everything that you might want in one package, and that's what I love about it. I generally, if I'm going to do any sort of contour, will go in with those three shades, and I kind of dip the brush into all three. I also use that one as a blush quite often. I can use that one as bronze, but today I'm just going to do the contour with it, so I'm going to dip into those three shades, and I use the Extreme Contour or Structure Contour brush, which is this one by Sigma, to do my contour. I find that a really good brush for contour. So as I say, I just dip into those 3 shades just in a sort of just dab 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 sort of motion, and then contour using that if I do contour. I've been getting a bit more into contour just lately, but I just focus it more at the top there, and I don't go too far down when I use this product. It is quite, because I'm quite pale, it is quite pigmented against my skin tone, but by using that middle shade, so that one, it's got a bit more of a red tone to it, and I think that helps kind of bridge the gap between blush, contour and bronzer for me. So I don't know, it kind of suits my skin tone quite well, I think. I come from the days, and if any of you are old enough to remember, where we contoured with blush, and I still really like that as a contour method. So I think I'm kind of almost still doing that using this product. But this, if you haven't got it, is my #1 recommendation for a face palette. And I do have quite a lot of face palettes, but I gravitate back to this one all the time for good reason. The powders go on super smooth, there's a lot of options, you can refill the pans because they pop out. I love the packaging as well, it's got that kind of vibe that I like, but yeah, it's just really easy to get a fairly natural look with it. And I'm going to bronze using this palette as well, and I'm going to use that shade. You can see all of the sort of marks around the pan there where I use it so much, because that's my favourite shade in the palette. That would definitely be the one that I'll pan first, but honestly I've had this product probably for 2 years and I'm nowhere near hitting pan. That's something I'm wanting to talk about as well. I see a lot of people doing project pans, and I applaud them for wanting to use their makeup, but they're not the sort of videos that I watch. And no offence to anyone if you've got a channel and you make those videos, you know, you do you and what you enjoy. But to me it just feels like you're forcing yourself to kind of use the same product again and again to try and like get to the bottom of it. You know, using all of our collection more is a good thing, but to like focus on one product and try and get to the bottom of that one product, I'd be so bored, first of all. And I just think it would force me to, like, out of my creativeness in a way, because I'd feel like I'm just stuck with this one product. So I'm never going to be a panner. In fact, I don't really like seeing pan in the bottom of my my products really. I like them to stay pristine, but that's just me, and I do have a huge collection. I used to pan things before I had such a massive collection, but then I only had probably 3 palettes, and that's how they used to get panned. But now I've got so many, why would I want to limit myself to just 1 or 2 palettes when I've got a myriad of things to play with? As long as I'm using my makeup and maybe not adding things to my collection that I don't need, then I think that's good. So I'm going to definitely be focusing on using more of what I have and buying less this year for sure. The blush I'm going to go in with is Galafornia by Benefit. Love this blush, it is one of my all-time favourites. When you get this blush, it has like a gold on it. I've used the gold, but I have used it quite a lot. I've no idea how much is left because it's in a box and you can't really see how far down it's going. That's the only thing I don't like about these, is the box, but it is good for travel because they're quite robust and they're small. And my favourite blush brush I'm currently enjoying is this one, the Hallberg 310. Really enjoy this brush. It's just the right level of density and the right size, and it's super soft. Just really love it. But I haven't used this blush in quite some time because I always think of it as like being a summer colour, which is crazy really, it's just a colour, isn't it? But in the summer I use this one all the time. I think it looks lovely if you've got a bit more colour than I've currently got, but I love an orangey tone or even a red tone blush, which sounds crazy when you've got such pale skin as I do, but if I'm doing a red eye look, sometimes a red tone blush can look so pretty. So quite a bit of blush, but I don't mind overly blushing. You know, too much blush is never a bad thing, is what I'm trying to say. And then for highlight, I'm going to use a bit of a classic. I've not used this in a long time. I've used the Sugar Glow Kit by Anastasia. It's the first Anastasia product I bought, so I've had it a long time. But all of the shades will work for me in this, but that's my favourite shade. But I tend to sort of mix those two together, which are Marshmallow and Starburst. And I'm going to use the High Cheekbone Highlighter brush by Sigma, which if I'm wanting a bit more of a natural looking highlight, this is the brush. If I'm wanting it to be a bit more see it from space, then the Jeffree Star Natural Hair one, the JS4 is the one that I go for, because it definitely packs a punch when you use that one. But this is, when those two are mixed together, it gives you a bit more iciness, as you can see, but it's still got that kind of pinky tone. It looks super pretty. And these are massive pans. I don't think, if I was trying to pan this, I'd never buy another highlight for the rest of my life. I think highlighters do come in too big a package, really, because who's ever panned a highlighter? I don't know. Actually, one person I know that has, and that's Annki. Do you guys watch Annki's channel? If you don't, you really need to. She's amazing. I love Annki. I need to catch up with your videos, Annki. I've just really gotten behind with everybody, but if you watch this, please know I will catch up, because I love watching your content. And Annki, if you want to see somebody that's really creative but that uses her makeup, because a lot of people are reviewing lots of new things, but Annki has a lot of older products in her collection but uses them in very creative and interesting ways. But she gets through her highlight. She loves her highlight. So I've got a see it from space highlight going on, even though I've used a brush that I say will give me a natural glow. So, but I love that Sugar Glow Kit. So my eyes are looking really pink because I'm in the process of filming a 3 looks 1 palette with the Lunar Beauty Moonspell, which may have gone up before this one, I'm not entirely sure yet. And it's made my eyes really stained, so just something to bear in mind. All of this pink here is the staining from that palette, so we're going to need something to cover that. And you guys know me, this is my product of choice. I talk about it all the time, but the Painterly Paint Pot by MAC is still my go-to. I can't really find another base that doesn't crease on me by the end of the day, that cancels out my redness, that, I don't know, it just suits me really well. So I don't really feel the need to change, to be quite honest. Whenever I do experiment with another base, I don't like it, so I'm probably just going to stick with this one, which makes me a pretty boring YouTuber to watch, I suppose, because I'm not keep trying everything new. But honestly, if something works for me, then I'm kind of going to stick with it. And also, these sort of products aren't the most exciting, you know. I'd rather spend my money on things that give me the wow factor. So I don't know, what I'm trying to say is, if I've got a good base already that I know works, I've got a good eyeshadow primer, I've got a good product for brows, those things aren't the things that create the wow. The things that create like the interest and spark my creativity are eyeshadows, because that's where the artistry comes in for me, and lipsticks, because they just transform your whole look. Like when I go off camera and then come back with my lipstick done, I think I look, it just completes the look. I look like a different person. So the power of lipstick cannot be underestimated. And I'm going to be filming a lipstick video today as well, because I want to show you some of my favourites. So that's going to be coming. Now the palette I'm going to use, I'm super excited to use on camera. It's this one, which is the Dragon Child by Makeup Monsters, or mine says Makeup Monsters on it. It's Menagerie Cosmetics now, but that was their brand name previously. Had this in my collection for over a year, used it twice I think. I've done some looks on Instagram with it, but it's just gorgeous shades inside, and grungy and beautiful purples, greens and reds. It's Debbie in a palette, so I don't know why I haven't used it. I'll tell you why I haven't used it. It's because I feel the pressure to keep using all the new things and showing you guys the new things. But I think, you know, if you've got this palette or similar shades, you can play along and create a look very similar. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to be taking some of the reds, I think. Definitely these two reds. I want those in my look. And I'm not too sure apart from that. But I want to make it grungy and kind of deep. So probably some grey in there as well. Probably steering away from the more brighter sort of tealy shades and staying in the more grunge zone. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go straight in with Flame Tongue, straight in with the bright red. Why not? So that's going to be the basis of my look. Haven't done a red eyeshadow look in quite a while. Well, maybe a week, but it feels quite a while. So I love red eyeshadow, so I'm excited to do this. But this one's like a rusty red, which is interesting. I don't know if I've used this colour out of this palette. I probably haven't. I think when I used it, I used the purple. And I did a look for Instagram when I first bought this palette, and I bought the Feral at the same time, and I sort of fell in love with the Feral and didn't use this one nearly as much as I perhaps should have done. So yeah, it's exciting to use it. I'm going to go for a little bit of a sort of triangle shape there, but not too winged out. So, and something fairly grungy today. And I'm getting ready to do nothing really. So today's Saturday, chill day for me really, so just playing with my makeup, gotten all the boring stuff out of the way, done the food shopping, cleaning. It's about midday on a Saturday, just thought it'd be nice to sit down and play with some makeup and also figure out how I can improve these settings. So this one's really an experimental video to see if that pans out for me. And as I say, just enjoy playing with things that I've not used for quite some time. Have you guys got this palette? I know lots of people seem to buy the Whale Song, seem to get really into this brand when that came out. Actually, dare I say it, I think this colour story is a lot better, or it's more me, shall I put it that way. I do love blues and greens, and there's some gorgeous tones in the Whale Song, but I just don't gravitate towards blues and greens as much as I love reds and purples. So I know this is looking super dramatic, and I'm not mad about it. I really want to use as much of my eye space as I can. And I haven't got a blending out shade in this palette that will blend out this red, so we're just gonna kind of make one by blending the edges of that colour to kind of make it have a fade at the edges, make it super blown out and blended. But yeah, I've been thinking about what makeup I want to get into using this year, what's missing from my collection. And quite honestly, things have got to be really special now for me to buy them, because I spent last year, I feel, catching up on some of the releases in the colourful makeup world that came out from America that like I hadn't bought, that I couldn't get on Beauty Bay, that I knew I'd have to pay customs and shipping for if I wanted, but I decided to get them, and I got a lot of those. So I spent a long time like catching up with those, and now it's just like if something new comes out that takes my eye, and quite honestly there's not very much that's catching my eye. I don't know if it's just because it's January and the releases aren't coming quite so thick and fast, and that's a good thing because they were getting a bit crazy. But I don't know, just to give you an example of my thought process, I saw the Menagerie and Anastasia palette, and I was like, oh, that looks super pretty. And then I looked at it and I was like, okay, they've changed the number of pans in the palette, and I kind of like the way they looked before. I've got most of them. I stopped at the Melissa Edwards one. And they've also got 2 pressed glitters in there, which I won't use. And then when you take most of the shades out, or like there's a blue in there that I've got in the Riviera, very similar, and then the rest look like Soft Glam or Modern Renaissance, and I've got those. So I'm like talked myself out of that one now, and it's like, but the old me would have been like, oh wow, it's an Anastasia palette, because I was such a completionist for Anastasia. But I feel like with what they were doing, bringing out release after release, it kind of cured me from them, and I'm not so interested in picking anything up, so that's good. So there's not many brands that I'm super excited for. I'm trying to bring that shade a little bit sort of down my nose there. Kind of like that look at the moment. So it almost gives me like a pinch nose kind of effect, but lots of eye space. Just like playing with the shading and where the colour placement, which is something that I love to do. Now I want to pack Mother Dragons, this shade here, into my crease and my outer V and really get this to have some intensity. So I'm just going to use sort of almost stamping motions to start with to really get that product to show as much as I can. And it's going all over my lids, but that's fine because I'm going to be covering that anyway. I really want to give some depth to the look. And that's a beautiful shade. Ooh. Getting a bit of fallout there though. This is why I don't generally pack shades on, because that's what happens when I do. Got to be super careful. And this might take a little while of going backwards and forwards, so while I do that I'll carry on chatting to you guys. So yeah, where was I? So don't really want anything from Anastasia, and they've always been one of my weaknesses, so I'm cured of that, so that's good. And there's a few older palettes from Melt, or not palettes but stacks from Melt that I'd like to get, so I really want to get everything that Melt's brought out with, because I'm just so obsessed with their shadows at the moment. I'd like Pinky Rose 80s Baby palette. I've wanted that for a long time, so I might pull the trigger on that this year. And that's kind of it. I don't really know what else I'm interested in unless something exciting comes out, but I don't know, I looked at all the releases that were coming out this last couple of weeks and I was like, no, next. Just nothing really inspiring me. It might be different for you guys if you've not got the crazy amount of makeup that I've got, but I don't know, do you feel the same? I know a lot of you watching me are avid YouTube watchers, and so you're going to have a lot of eyeshadows as well. Do you guys feel the same, that like we're at saturation point in terms of like new releases and what can they do that's different to like hook us in? And I think maybe for me, for this year, it's going to be a year of consolidation, of using what I have, of maybe doing 3 looks, 1 palette videos, of showing you how to do different things, different colour combos, using the products in different ways. That's kind of my thought around what I want to do for this year, because as I say, I just don't really want to bring anything else in new at the moment. So I've bought one thing to this point, so it's the 10th of January, and I bought the Baby Girl stack from Melt because it was £24, so half price in Beauty Base sale, and because I want to get those, I was like, it's silly not to get it while it's on sale. Alright, we've got lots of red smoke going on now. Now I'm going to just apply a bit of Pix glitter primer. Not that much though. Well, got a bit too much on my brush there. Just really to make my lid tacky, to give me a better chance of the shimmers popping really. So yeah, I'm not intending to pick anything else up this month really. And I think I'm going to pretty much be on a lay-by until I go to Vegas. When I go to Vegas, I know there's going to be things that I can pick up there that I can't pick up here, so I know I'm going to be tempted there. Okay, my thoughts are kind of to do a bit of a halo eye, so what I thought I'd do is have Lucky, sort of on the outer edges and Firefly in the middle. So there's only 2 shimmer shades in this palette. That's the only downside to this palette from my mind, because I do love Menagerie shimmers. They're gorgeous. See, that shade surprised me because it's got a little bit of a yellowy shift almost to it. It's pretty. So I'm going to lay that there, but I am going to blend it in with that matte in a moment, but I'm just kind of working out where I might want to put the colours really. Such a pretty duochrome shade. When I'm looking at it one way, it's yellow. Yeah, that's stunning. My inner eyelid here, it looks a lot more pink. I think Menagerie do shimmer so well. They're kind of flaky and a bit of a pain to apply, but they look so gorgeous on the eyes. Yeah, my white eye is looking a lot brighter than this eye, I think. Okay, in the centre I'm going to go for Firefly, which is the yellow. It's like a yellow gold, I guess. Just definitely giving us a bit of a pop and a bit of an unusual combo, but the jury's out on whether I like it or not at the moment. No, I don't think it's too bad. I'm going to use a bit of a smaller brush with that Lucky shade just to finesse it just a little bit, and also to try and blend the 2 shades a little bit. So guys, what are you liking in your collection at the moment? What's a product that you're bringing out and wanting to give a bit more love to? I feel like I want to get out some of my really older palettes, like some of my Urban Decay, some of my Kat Von D, some of my Too Faced, like some of the stuff I bought when I first started watching YouTube and playing with those. It's been so long and it's like almost discovering an old friend. Right, back in with Mother Dragon and this cool little brush. It's E208 from Urban Decay, one of the pro brushes. It's like a little bullet shaped brush. Quite dense, but it's good for really getting a shade where you want it to be. Because I just want to blend that matte into that shimmer in the outer corner. Yeah, I think that's helped a lot. I think I got too much shimmer and not enough intensity in that outer corner, and that's helped a lot, I think, like that. I'm just going to keep packing that on until I've got the look that I want. Almost covered up, I think, some of that shade that's in my outer corner, but you can still see that Lucky shade before it transitions into that Firefly shade, so I think it's kind of worked still. For my waterline, I think I'm going to go in with this one, which is Happy Mood by Linda Hallberg, because that pop of yellow I think will echo really well the yellow that's on my lids. I don't know if you guys can see that if it's picking up on camera, but it's super yellow in the waterline. It's quite cool. For my lower lash line, I'm going to use Smoke 'em Out. That's quite a nice name. I like that as a dragon theme palette. So that's going to go really close to my lower lash line, and then I'm probably going to blend that out a bit with the original red shade, so that Flame Tongue shade. So I'm keeping that really, really close and precise. Just want it to have that little bit of depth and also bring another colour into the look as well. I think I'm going to angle that slightly down, just very slightly, because I might put a pop of something in there. Yeah, so there's not much in the way of eyeshadows that I want to get, but I do want to get some more liners, definitely. I want to try some neon eyeliners, more face products for sure. I want to get into maybe some cream contour this year. Never really done it. I want to try that. Just don't really know how to do it, if I'm honest, but I'm going to have a go. But yeah, in terms of picking up eyeshadow, I'm going to limit myself, I think, to say 2 items a month for eyeshadow and try and stick to that, because even then that would be 24 new palettes in a year brought into my collection, and I'm not going to get the use out of them if I buy any more than that. So definitely going to focus my attention elsewhere in my collection. Dipping into that flame tongue, and I'm running that under that grey shade. Really smoking it out and making it grungy there. That's the fun bit of makeup for me, is like looking at a palette and thinking, right, what's the colours that really don't go together? Right, that's what I'm going to use. Because that's what I do all the time, try and challenge myself to come up with the unexpected. And I'm not a makeup artist, and I haven't got the best techniques. I've learnt everything I know from watching YouTube and just from practice and knowing my own style and preference. And right, I want something in a corner, and I want something unexpected that doesn't really go with the look. Maybe I might go in with the green actually, because I was going to go in with that, and then I think that might spoil the look, so I'm going to go in with the green, which is Sleeping Dragon. I'm going to use a pencil base first. I'm going to use Calm Mood to do it, just to give me a bit of grip for it to hold on to. So I'm just going to pop that there, just in that little false corner that I created. It's nothing crazy, but it's just a little bit of extra interest in the look. And I'm just using a pencil brush just to pack that over that. I think because it's a matte, if I'd have tried to go in just with that shade, it would have blended away to nothing really in that corner. I think just having something for it to grip onto definitely helped. Okay, I use this product all the time, NYX Epic Ink Liner, and it's my #1 recommendation for a brush tip liner. It's just the best one, I think, and £9, you can't go wrong. Lasts forever as well. Don't want a crazy wing or anything, it's just a trace of liner. Just always think it helps when you're applying mascara then to get the mascara all over the eyeshadow look, but I didn't want to cover all the eyeshadows up. I'm going to go in with my favourite mascara from Upper Lashes, so Too Faced Better Than Sex. I kind of alternate between this and the Benefit by Hallberg, which are completely different types of mascara really, but I like both. But I feel like this one still gives me a lot more volume, not so much length maybe, but definitely more volume, and I find if I like press my lashes down into it, it gives them a bit of curl as well. But the brush is hella fat, so you have to be careful not to ruin your eyeshadow look. Because I wasn't intending this to be a cut crease, I'm just going to blend just a little bit between those shimmers and those mattes. I think I've got a bit of a line that I didn't really want. I wanted them to blend into each other a little. Might be a bit too late to do that now, but no, it seems to be working. Love those two shimmers together. Okay, so lipstick then. Oh, what have I not used in a while? I think this one might work. It's a Metallized lipstick from Urban Decay in the shade Heat. I think it came out when the Naked Heat palette came out. I didn't buy the palette, just bought the lipstick. Oh yeah, it's got that fiery tones to it. My lips are so dry right now. It's like I really need to add to my collection something to like scrub them and to moisturise them, like a lip mask or something. But it's a really pretty lipstick, I think you might agree, and it goes nicely with the look as well. So really enjoyed playing with the Dragon Child on camera and just playing with it again in general. So hope you enjoyed this chatty little get ready with me that really went nowhere. It was just chatting with you guys like you're all my friends and you're here in the room, which is kind of the vibe that I like to create on my channel. So hope you enjoyed watching. As I say, if you're not subscribed to me and this is my first video that you've watched, then thank you for watching. I'd love it if you would consider subscribing. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!